Everyone, I hope you are all doing well. So as promised in my post the other day, I'm going to be sharing my tips, my mental health tips to help you get through this COVID-19 crisis. And I think because this is such a unique time, it calls for a unique approach to this because I know there's no written rule book out there for how to survive a period like this and how to get through it and how to tackle mental health issues through this period. We're all thinking on our feet and trying to do the very best we can. So I wanted to share my personal experience and the tips that I'm then applying to myself throughout this period, because as a business owner, as a psychologist, as a friend, as a partner, as a mother, I'm going through a lot of different feelings around this time myself, and I'm having to kind of be very mindful of how I'm going to get through this and how I'm going to take care of myself. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about today, because it was quite relevant for me the other day, was around feelings, and particularly the uncomfortable ones that are likely coming as a result of this coronavirus situation. I don't know about you guys, but one thing I've noticed is that I've had this whole bag of mixed emotions. It's quite unlike anything I've ever experienced before, where it's like this mixture of sadness, despair, frustration, anxiety, and sometimes all of those ones at the same time, to the point where I think the other day I was like, I actually don't know how I'm feeling. I just feel really, really miserable. And it kind of all hit me in one day a few days ago, where I really felt it. And it kind of took me by surprise, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought I was doing okay, and I was taking action and getting everything into place for the clinic to make sure that we could keep servicing our valued clients, which we do have in order now. So I was busy getting all that done. And then I had one day where I was like, oh, I'm so exhausted, I'm just going to stop for a day. And that was when I got completely hit with this whole mixture of emotions all at once. And it took me by surprise, and to be honest, I had a really miserable day, and I kind of stopped and was like, how do I get through this? Like, what is going on, and what am I going to do? And then I realized, what would I say to one of my clients if they were experiencing a lot of uncomfortable emotions? I realized I would help them talk them through how to sit with their feelings, how to notice their feelings, even the really uncomfortable ones. And I realized that that's what inevitably I was experiencing. I was just experiencing them at a very intense level, and a lot of different ones at the same time, but nonetheless they were uncomfortable feelings, and therefore I was like, okay, well, I need to treat these just like I would with a client. And so I myself, did what I preached to my clients, and I allowed myself the time and the space to just have a day where I felt sad and I felt miserable, and that I didn't need to I gave myself permission to not have to fix those or have to get up and try to make myself feel happy again, but acknowledge that actually what we're going through is an incredibly challenging time. Like, that's actually real, that's actually true. There's a lot of sadness, there's a lot of fear and going on in the world. There's people losing people, there's people becoming sick, there's people losing businesses, there's people having to go into isolation and be isolated from their loved ones. Like, this is sad. This is hard. And I recognized that what I had to do was actually let myself feel those feelings. So I gave myself a day of feeling miserable and just allowing myself to have those feelings without trying to fix them, without trying to get rid of them. And I actually woke up the day after and the cloud had lifted and I felt a lot better. I felt ready to go again and continue on. But yeah, it was definitely a challenging day. So I guess what I want to share with you is that personal experience, but with the take-home message of that those uncomfortable feelings you're experiencing right now, whether it's sadness, grief, frustration, anger, anxiety, they're very valid feelings in light of what we're going through at the moment. And you don't need to fix them, or you don't need to get rid of them. You don't need to take action around them. and don't invalidate them. Don't try to cover them up and mask them by trying to think, oh, I should just be grateful, or I'm lucky, I'm alive. You don't need to invalidate them. Actually, like, they're valid feelings. It's actually okay to be like, wow, I'm really sad right now, or I'm feeling really frustrated about this situation. That's okay, because it is a really challenging situation. And if you come out the other side of this without having any uncomfortable feelings, kudos to you. But yeah, I think most of us are probably going through some uncomfortable feelings at the moment, and I wanted to share my tip with how I got through them, which was actually just to give myself space, not try to problem solve them or fix them, but just be like, wow, yeah, these are true, these are real, and this is what I'm experiencing right now. And I woke up the next day and I felt like a weight had lifted, and I do think it was because I did just give myself that day to have those feelings. I didn't do anything about them. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys in some way, and even if it's just one person. But yes, we don't always need to try to fix and get rid of discomfort. Sometimes we actually just need to sit with it and notice it, and when we do that, we give it the time and space to pass on its own. Okay, if we try to push these feelings away and escape them, they're likely to hang around for longer. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.